This is Joseph Darling from the Men of High Value channel. Today I'm fired up about sharing my thoughts on understanding the concept of joy and happiness. The question is, does everyone have the value of joy and happiness? Is that something that's inbuilt within all of us humans? I believe so. Now, a lot of people might not see that joy is the key, but it doesn't mean it's not there. It's the same thing as the concept of God. Just because we cannot see God doesn't mean He's not there. Just because you cannot see joy in your happiness right now doesn't mean that that should not be your ultimate goal. Now, understanding the concept of joy and happiness, we have to understand the concept of time. Because joy can only truly be felt in the now. So if you look at the past, the now, and the future, joy is found in the now. How can you have joy about the future? You can only have joy in the future. In the now. This is what's happening right now. Do you have joy right now, or do you not? So if you look back at the past, then you will realize the only way to have joy about the past is gratitude. Is to be grateful. When you're grateful to the past, when you're grateful to your parents, when you're grateful to your brothers and sisters, when you're grateful for your ancestors, when you're grateful for basically everything that has transpired to bring you up until this point in time, that creates joy and happiness. It also puts reason for suffering. Once you understand that everything happens for a reason, and that you have to put the reason there, you can be grateful about the past. The past is just the past. It's all it is. If you understand the concept of time, you can't change the past. It's already happened. We have to learn how to let it go. Yet we must learn from it. Right? If we don't learn from the past, then the past is going to repeat itself. If you learn from the past and change and adapt your action plan, and kind of tweak it in order for you to get a different future, that's a great thing. But if you just have the past and you never learn from it, then you're bound to repeat it. And with it is going to come more misery, or at least more of what you had in the past. If you don't like your past, you have to change something. If you don't like your now, you have to change something. And this brings us eventually to the future. How does the future relate to the concept of joy and happiness? Looking forward to something, having faith, believing, hoping, and working towards your desired future creates joy and happiness in the now. Which helps us to understand the concept of purpose. If you have nothing to live for in the future, if you have nothing that is pulling you in a positive manner towards your future, what's your purpose? They say that this is the biggest struggle that young men have in the world today, is a lack of purpose. they don't feel that they fit in anywhere. And if they don't feel that they fit in, if they don't feel that there's a purpose behind their life or their survival or whatever it is that they're doing, then what's the point? I believe that one of the biggest reasons for us men, okay, boys at a young age not knowing what they're doing, or older men who have not figured out their purpose in life, the reason why we're losing a lot more of our purpose is because of the invention of feminism. The fact that women no longer need us. They've got the government to support and provide for them, hopefully, in the future. Eventually, these socialist governments are going to run out of money. Just look at Venezuela. It's already happening there. And trust me, it's going to happen in other countries as well, unless they take preventative measures and get rid of providing for people who should be provided for by the people who love them, not by a government institution. Men had purpose before. When they had purpose, they were willing to live and die for that purpose. And that very often included their families. It included the love of their life. It included their children. More and more now, guys are feminine, which makes it so that they don't really desire children. What's the point of having children? Bring them up in this horrific planet with all these horrible people, with all these wars. My wife, or my future wife, she's going to be working too. So I only need to provide for myself, really. Or we're going to maybe work together as a team and provide together 50-50 in the relationship. The fact that you're blaming women and putting responsibility upon their shoulders to provide for anything, to provide for you, that's entitlement. And it's feminine, and you have to get rid of it in order to find your true purpose. Once you understand that your true purpose of the future, it just opens up your vision for you, the future of you. Once you understand that if I don't work, if I don't produce, if I don't create an empire, my wife or my future wife is going to suffer greatly. And my kids are going to suffer. Suddenly now you are creating purpose. And that purpose, that vision, it pulls you towards the future in a positive manner. And the fact of the matter is, we know in this day and age, it's easier than ever before to create wealth. Ever before in the history. You are living in an amazing time. You are amazing. Simply from the fact you're watching this video, you're trying to read books, you're trying to develop yourself, you're trying to who practices semen retention? You do. That's special. You're doing it for a purpose. You're doing it for a reason, and it produces feelings of joy and happiness. You're not wasting your potential. You're actually tapping into a personal development tool that can assist your exponential growth towards your future. It creates joy. It creates happiness. You end up walking around with a smile on your face because you are going somewhere. Your future is your desired destination. It's just as if you're going on vacation and you're fired up and you're looking forward to the journey because you know it's going to be amazing. You're going to meet people along the way. You're going to experience the world along the way. You're going to solve problems along the way. And you are going to get to your desired destination. The only thing that is required for you to arrive at your desired success and purpose destination is consistency. Not being up and down emotionally, but being consistent produces feelings of joy and happiness, because you know that if I just keep doing this every single day, no matter what, I'm going to get the exponential growth curve. When I was doing my YouTube channel for almost a year without getting any growth, and I was stuck at 67 subscribers, I was stuck at 100 subscribers for a year. I mean, I'm growing so slowly compared to other YouTubers out there, but I have a different message, so it's okay. But my point is that I knew that if I just do this consistently every single day, no matter what, there will be exponential growth. And that produces joy and happiness in me, knowing that if I'm just consistent, it's gonna happen. My future becomes joyful. My past was joyful because it has produced me into the person that I am today. And all of the suffering and everything that is going on in the world today in the past gives me a reason to solve the problems in the now to create a better future. Your purpose lies in the fact that you are not alone on this planet. You are part of the island. It's not just you. You are part of the greater whole of humanity. We are all in this together. And it requires us to work together as a team to create the solutions of the problems of the past. I cannot do this on my own. Even Jesus cannot do this on his own. We need people. And that's what's beautiful about it, because it's a community. It's not about personal development. It's about community development, and each of us personally developing in the community for the help of everyone that's part of that group. When you grow, you are making everyone else grow because they see what you do. They see who you are, and they know that you might be better than them in some aspects, and that pushes you to do a little bit better. Men having power today elevates our vision of the power that we can have in our own lives in the future. It doesn't distract from our power the fact that other people are powerful. The fact that people are rich. As long as I'm not jealous and envious of them, I can look at them and say, I'm grateful for them for showing me that it could be done. And if it can be done by them, then I can do it too. Joy is found in the now. The past was just a bunch of nows where they were trying to solve problems with a desire for a better future. Now we've come to the now, and then the future is just a bunch of nows. And we're continuously trying to provide solutions to problems so that the now continuously and consistently will improve. This is an amazing concept when you understand this whole picture of things. It gives you purpose in life to know that there's so much more I can do. And it goes on beyond this lifetime. I've mentioned that before. I'll mention it again. This life is not it. Death is but a comma that will take us to greater things as long as we have developed and learned and grown in this life. We're going to keep on growing in the next. You are putting in the consistency, the work, the exponential growth curve is going to come as long as you keep serving others. Serving others is a fantastic concept, But you have to remember that serving others very often requires you, like on the airline, for you to take your mask on first before you put the mask on someone else. If you are not able to provide for yourself and the people around you, you cannot provide solutions for people or humanity at large. So charity does start at home. It's okay to be selfish as long as you're doing it in order to serve others. Find your purpose. Find your joy. Enjoy the now and continuously and consistently make the now better. I promise you, you will have an exponential growth curve of joy and happiness, and your life will never be the same. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.